Hello and good morning. It's got to be morning somewhere out there also. Yeah, Vic at Vic Saga 68, thanks for dropping by. Problem with doing videos uh, and then exposing it all on YouTube is that you think, well, yeah, that's that small portion, but then the mind goes nuts and it reminds you of all the other things that you needed to say also. And what was the priority? And wow, well, if it's a gun video, hopefully, mainly, you're going to go out to the range and do some shooting. That's why people look at gun videos, I think, pretty much. And maybe to learn a little bit about guns, which brings up, let me jump right to that right away with this Mauser, my Mauser 96, Swedish, and so many things, so many things. The thing that I left off on the last video was, again, draw attention to the site here, okay? And the site is a great site, and it comes up, and many Mausers, when it comes up like that, you can bring it clear on up, and that goes out to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 100 yards, 1,000 yards, and then back down. And many of them, then when you bring it all the way down, limits you and keeps you at 300 yards. And so they have to aim way below their targets in order to ever get that within that 300-yard range. And so I assumed, yeah, probably true. But, oh, for crying out loud, not mine. This one was sighted in, and the sighting is clearly indicated on the stock that it is precisely sighted in and stamped accordingly on the little disc. When? About 1909. That the sights are perfect for the new pointed shells, pointed 6.5 by 55 cartridges, okay? Well, how am I going to believe that? Why would I believe that? It's like that was 117 years ago. The gun was built 118 years ago. Why would that still be true? Well, it absolutely is. Okay, this shoots right where you aim. If you know how to aim, you could hit even better. So, hilarious, all right? A lot of that, you can't tell the difference between your Mauser and somebody else's, or any gun that you get from elsewhere, wherever it is, even new, of course. So that's the first thing. It's so amazing. It's like disbelief in the quality of what you've got. And the quality of the steel. Where does that quality of the steel come from? Vanadium. Vanadium, I have in my possession from long ago. In my cousins in Finland gave me a finished knife, okay, when they came to visit. Oh, is this a beauty? Yes, it is. And so that then the steel on this, which you can shave with, you can do anything with, and this particular, it even has my name on it, and it's wonderful, okay? And so this knife is made in Finland, by a prestigious Finnish knife maker. And if you were in Finland, you'd want to make knives because vanadium is a material that somehow, I guess, is connected with that underlying regolith. Hey, how about Geology 105 coming to the fore here? That some people would call it bedrock. Yeah, bedrock can be a lot of things, but in Finland they have vanadium, which is a product that is way rare and makes outstanding steel. And so that knife is very sharp, I'm happy to say, and can be sharpened. Ah, it's beautiful. Well, that vanadium is the same steel, probably not the same percentage, but this gun is vanadium, all right, made out of the barrel and the rifling and all that. One of the reasons that it stays as good as it is because of vanadium. Wow. So, how about those facts, huh? Any departure from let's see. I was going to also mention. So there's that fact that I wanted to mention. Now somebody else said in setting up. I haven't set up over in the range very well, and I don't cook. Okay, I don't cook at all, and so from years past and other people who have helped me along in my life, they cooked, and so you look in your cupboards, and wow, here's some old rice in there, and here's some old flour, and all sorts of stuff. Well, look at the wonderful things that can be done done with that. All right, look at these great gun bases. All right, so when you continue to shoot, when one does, they can take advantage of this great stuff. And some of it's been in the freezer so that I'm setting the gun in it, and it will therefore conform to the shape of it. And so that I feel real good about having kept all that food stuff for all these years. See, don't throw anything away. All right. So I wanted to mention that, and the other thing that I wanted to say. All right, that's probably the end of the educational value of this video, and am I going to be shooting? I don't think so. I wanted to just let you know on a scale from 1 to 10, as far as if you're interested in guns and shooting and that. This would be like a 3, okay? And so I don't know if I'll get out there or not. Now, again, it's snowing, another layer and another layer. And Tuesday, it's supposed to really freeze hard, and that will freeze the top of the 2 feet. And snowshoes will be once again viable means by which to finally get to the 100-yard range to set up the targets there. And I will have my scope in order to see it, but you got to put the targets there in order to shoot them, and then go collect them. So weather bound here. But something that I wanted to also get into is that, well, first of all, I should mention this being a soporific video, and I learned that name, that word from Nabokov, great Russian writer, Vladimir Nabokov to be exact. I looked that word up. God, I needed that word. I needed that word for my video production, because this video will have a high soporific value or number or rating. What does soporific mean? It means prone to causing drowsiness. So a very, very valuable term in my in my vocabulary, yeah, as it relates to my videos. So this will be a soporific one. I think we're just about ready to go into what the subject of this is, and it's called "Guns Through the Mail" is the title of it, as you may have seen, and which is a takeoff of "Guns in the House," a video I did some time ago related to the trauma people may have if they're not comfortable with guns in the house. And one person who's very traumatized by it because her brother almost shot himself in the foot with a gun in the house. And so you hear these really these stories of of things that had nothing to do with your upbringing of relating to a gun. How could you shoot into the floor? You don't have the bullets in the gun in the house. All right, that's what the little snap firing plastic practice things are for. So, but yeah, before they had plastic. What's that called? Oh, who cares? All right. So the purpose of this, I'm rambling now because I'm thinking of two or three things at the same time. But the important thing is the idea of it takes a while. It takes a while for things to. Yeah, I like that soporific. That's probably enough right there. Yeah, well, these two big things I think in shooting, whether it's right off the bat or with practice, how you hold your gun. And I just have to keep on calling that the embrace because it's so much, it's a relationship. And some items don't like to be embraced a certain way, and you can feel it right away, and they'll let you know. Okay, and so you learn where to put your hands, and how it all with the Mauser especially, how it fits into your shoulder, where it fits into your shoulder. That length of pull is an interesting thing also, your trigger finger to the shoulder. And then what's the other hand doing? Like I used to use straps, and I used to put my elbow through the strap, left elbow through the strap, and wrap that right around, get that nice triangle grip. And I like that a lot. And I'm coming back to that now with a couple of rifles, and so that's fun. And so that's part of the embrace. Then, in addition to the embrace, is the relationship between the breathing and the trigger, and that is an interesting relationship because I play with these two. The one is a Winchester 94 30-30, and then the Mauser Model 96, which is these are about as opposite as they can possibly be, and. I took them both out the range the other day, and they're not to both they're not to both be at the range at the same time. It's like, have you ever had two good friends and you happen to take them to the same place, and they were totally different kind of people, and the one hated it and the other one loved it, and because of that, it just got real confusing. And that's how it is. I won't take the Winchester and the Mauser on the same day to the same range. That's for sure. So the embrace is crucial. How is it most comfortable? Because maybe unlike different embraces, with the Mauser or with the rifles, consistency is so important to do that exact same. Uh, and the same is true with the breathing trigger pull, trigger squeeze. At what with the Mauser, it's a pull at first until it's back into position, and then it's a squeeze. And I, I have been known to run out of air on the halfway through the squeeze on that one. Not so with the Winchester at all. So these take practice, and it's part of the delight. But actually trying to get the pattern, trying to get the 3 shots, trying to even the sighting in. The sighting in is pretty much a mechanical thing where you're locked in. You know, you lock your rifle in so that it's not changing so much. And plus, if you're using a scope, your bore sight, all that kind of good stuff. So with these iron sights, I love it. It's primitive, and I say I got my cataracts corrected years ago, and I've got my 20/20 distant vision, thank God, and eye surgeons, and it's a wonderful world that we live in now, isn't it? So trying to get those first relationship things squared away, so that you get as much consistency as possible is really kind of crucial. And if I go to the range, then I don't have time to talk about this because I'm being confronted by all sorts of other things. And at this stage, wearing my yak tracks so that I don't fall down on the ice getting there, and then determining whether you can put on your snowshoes in order to get to the 100-yard range or not. And so a lot of considerations, not the least of which, the first shot I took the other day, this big chunk of ice came down. Fortunately, nobody else was around, and it was off the roof back there. So all of that stuff. The other thing is, oh boy, the anxiety of getting a gun in the mail, getting a gun through whether the mail or UPS or whoever. I think they do a little bit better job, but it's more human factor, and so somewhere in your long life you'll have experienced a shredded package arriving. In this case, part of where I live is in a location where you can't get stuff sent to you. It has to go first to a authorized dealer, because heaven forbid they let humans just get these things straight in the mail. You don't know what they're going to do with them. And so they have to be done appropriate. We have to be managed appropriately. Okay, and so that takes place. All right, so the thing that I wanted to get into was the angst, the anxiety, all that big trauma waiting for the package. So that's what this really was about. And so this is the soporific part where you just sort of lay down on the couch and hear what you want, turn the volume down a little bit, and don't think there's going to be any shooting. I don't know if I. It's it's just it's impossible right now because it is snowing, and yet the snow is too soft to snowshoe on, but it's not windy, and so that makes it nice. So it goes. Okay. Also, I don't think you can really get to. I don't think it matters what caliber. Oh yeah, what grain, what kind of bullets you're using at first, until you get these first things worked out. The embrace and the breathing, squeeze relationship, but. Uh, Ron Spoomer, outdoors, he came up with this thing the other day about being physically fit. And he says he always parks quite a ways away from places so he can walk the parking lot and get his exercise. Uh, yeah, that's all of that's kind of nice up until you're maybe 70. Okay, then it gets a little bit more grisly. Okay, and I think if after 75, if you're not doing your weight training, you're going to have a little more difficult increasingly, and this is hard to take. But as Palance said, aging isn't for sissies, and so uh, I, I I have to be serious and say you have to increase your strength a little bit in order to offhand shoot, in order to do a lot of these things. And so you work out so that you can play. And it's not so that you can go to work. No, you work out so that you can play and have more fun. So far, I wake up painlessly, and I'm real pleased and ready to do all sorts of stuff and continue to. So, just wanted to mention that. Now that Ron Spooner is not to be confused with Rob of Rifle Shooters, wonderful guy. Oh my God, his accuracy at 400, 500, 600, 700, 750 yards. Oh my, he is amazing. I love his accent. It's like my relatives. And then you go to Tennessee, and of course, you've got Hickok 45, and not the least of which also is Last Minute Men. Last Minute Man. These two guys are so cool. I think. At any rate, all of that, and then the old master Gun Blue. So there's I think some really super people to watch. No, me, watch about 10 minutes, you get my gist. So just wanted to throw in that thing, though, about if you're doing, the seating's not so bad, but for offhand and your three-point kneeling shots, you got to do strength training if you're getting over 75, 45, yeah, getting over 75. And yeah, should I say next Saturday I'm 87? I don't want to hear that. So that's why I shifted it around. I am Vic Saga 68. Somebody asked me how old I am. I said 68. And then I realized, oh, must also be dyslexic because it's 86. But I don't feel any of those things. I'll go with 45, thank you. And so do your weight training and every other day sets and reps. Fortunately, you get a day off, huh? Okay. Yeah. Okay. What I'll probably have to do is put my yak tracks into my snowshoes, and I'll close on that today. And thanks for watching. Appreciate your visit. Hit subscribe if you want to see more of this, and a like would be nice if you liked it. Don't lie. Okay, bye for now.